Hey guys, Gary here from RV Living Life. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to use Starlink Mobile. This is not their big expensive dish that's like $2 or $3 grand that you put on the roof. This is simply the new standard, I believe it's version 3 Starlink dish with the little kickstand that kicks out. I originally had the second version, which is the articulated one that was kind of rectangular and pointed in whatever direction it needed to be. But now I'm using the standard kickstand style, and the reason I switched is because the kickstand can be removed and it can be made to lay flat on the roof, so that's a really good option, and it's going to make it possible for us to do this. So I picked up a few things to make this all possible, and going to show you how we did it. Anyway, I'm going to start with showing you how we ran the cable from inside the RV to out, because not many people actually show you that part. So here we go. Okay, so this is our half bath here, and what I did was I went up on the roof and I looked between where the fan is here and in front of it. This is the exhaust fan. I wanted a clear spot there. When we go up on the roof, I'll show you why that's such a good spot. So knowing there's nothing up there, I came down here and looked, and there's a light right there. So what I did was I popped this light out and I drilled a hole straight up through the roof there. I had to move the insulation away a little bit and then drill right through the roof. And I mounted a box on top of there. And then when I pulled the wire down, I pulled it down through here. And with the shroud missing here, I was able to reach inside the wall, grab the wire, and reroute it and shove it through the roof this way, in behind this cabinet here. You can see this cabinet here has a big panel here. And there's just a bunch of medications below in that, but this is the panel inside the bathroom cabinet here. And you remove that cabinet, there's a lot of wires in there. And I went around on the other side. I drilled a hole from the other side into that cabinet. I'll show you over here. We're now on the living room side. I made a hole through the wall here, right through to the other side, into the cavity of that cabinet. I was able to pass the wire through and then feed it down the wall here to this hole here. There's a hole right in the back there where I pulled the wire through, then I fished it along behind there, behind this one here, made a hole in the counter, and it's right here. I also ran the power down here to a receptacle that's on the wall inside there on the right. So everything's plugged in nicely there. The cords are a bit of a mess, but... Okay, that shows how we did the routing of the cable through the RV from the fireplace up onto the roof. And now we're going to go up there and mount a box. And this box we use to wind up all of the excess cable in case we want to move the Starlink around on the roof. We have that ability. And I believe we even have enough cable to bring it down on the ground if we want to get it away from trees. So let's get up there. Okay, so it's screwed down. I put three rings of Dicor around here, another one around there, and another one all the way around the outside. I put 4 screws through the Dicor on the outside and 4 screws through the inside ring. Definitely no water going underneath it to get in. I had to get I can't recall what kind of metal it is, but it's magnetic. Aluminum is not magnetic, neither stainless. There is some really high-end aluminum that is magnetic, but I couldn't get any. So anyway, I got steel and I painted both sides. I painted the other side black because that's all I had, and this side white. I got to do a little touch up there where I marred it, but that should keep it from rusting. I'm just going to have to spray it every year. And I'm going to stick it down with 6-inch Eternabond all the way around. Should hold it in place well. So here we go. Okay, so there it is in the final position. Got it magnetically stuck to the roof. And the cord comes back, goes right into this box, and in that box there's probably 25, 30 feet of cable, maybe longer, maybe 40 feet of cable in case I have to move it around on the roof or to a different spot. Okay, so let's take it for a ride. Everything's installed, ready to go, so let's drive. This first test, I'm taking it from a storage yard out to the Pinery Provincial Park. 267 megabits. I gotta say I was quite impressed with that. Unfortunately, the sound in all these clips is really bad for road noise, so I have to do a talk over. But my voice was pretty excited when I was recording these clips. But anyway, you can see each clip is pretty consistent. It's about, 130 to 300, wandering in that range depending on where we're going. We are driving down the road. We're going about 50 miles an hour or 80 kilometers an hour. It's a windy country road, and then we are going into closer areas of more populated areas. One thing I noticed immediately when I took off is when I was stationary in the storage yard, I would get speeds of around 80 to 160, and quite a bit lower, quite often only 40 to 80. It consistently wasn't that great. And then once I pulled out of the storage yard and started going down the road, the speeds are just incredible. It seems there's no restriction on in motion. And that being said, in the video I called it mobile a few times. I think Starlink actually calls it in motion. But here I am going down, and I'm really enjoying and really impressed with the speeds. Another thing I've noticed too is I did a video earlier about tilted or flat and what's the difference, and I couldn't really detect any difference no matter which way the dish was pointed, and I'm finding that now too. It doesn't matter which way it's pointed, I guess in motion too, but if I'm in a campground and I'm pointed south and the dish is pointed south, it doesn't matter. I've got up on the roof and turned the dish around to have it facing the other way. It made no difference in the speed. It doesn't really seem to matter which way the dish is pointed now. And the way it's mounted on the roof, it is slightly lower in the front than the back, which, keeps gusts of wind from going under it, I guess. But I seem to find it really working well, no matter which way you're facing. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'm going to leave you with a little high-speed video on what it takes to put the base together. It's pretty involved. There's a lot of nuts and bolts, that's for sure, but it's easy. And I hope that anybody that's interested in this will try it because it's well worth it. So thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.